Good day, everyone. Welcome to Coolsier Start School's online class. For today, we will be learning about science for primary 6. But before we start, I want to introduce myself. I am Teacher Layla. Again, can you repeat my name? I am Teacher Layla. Okay, very good. For today's lesson, we will be learning about nutrition and digestion. But before we move on to our lesson proper, I want you to get your Inside Out Science 6 book and turn it to pages 1 to 6. Again, grab your Inside Out Science 6 book and turn it to pages 1 to 6. Okay, do you already have it with you? Okay, then let's start. Now, what are we going to learn? What are the things that we are going to learn for today's lesson? First off, we are going to learn what is nutrition. What is the difference between nutrition and nutrients? What are the 6 types of nutrients? Namely carbohydrates, proteins, fats, water, vitamins, and minerals. And lastly, we are also going to learn about the food sources that contains these nutrients. Okay, are you ready? Okay, very good. Now, first off, what is nutrition? Now let us define what is nutrition. Nutrition is defined as the branch of science that deals with nutrients and nutrition, particularly in humans. But also take note that there is also a study in science that deals with animal and plant nutrition. Okay, now we have here another definition. Nutrition is also defined as the process of providing or obtaining the food necessary for health and growth. Okay, now since we're already done discussing what nutrition is, again, nutrition is a field in science that deals with nutrients and nutrition. Okay, we mentioned their nutrients. Now let us define what is nutrients. A nutrient is a substance that provides nourishment essential for growth and the maintenance of life. Okay, if you don't have enough nutrients in your body, what do you think will happen to you? Okay, we will answer that as we go further in our lesson. Okay, so that is the difference between nutrition and nutrients. Okay, next, what are the different types of nutrients? Okay, so we have here the 6 types of nutrients that we are going to study in today's lesson. The first one is carbohydrates. Next one is proteins. The next one is fats, water, vitamins, and minerals. Okay, now let's discuss them one by one. Okay? Carbohydrates. The first one is carbohydrates. What do you mean by carbohydrates? Carbohydrates are body's main source of energy. There are 2 main types of carbohydrates. We have the sugar and the starch. Okay? Now, our keyword there for carbohydrates is main source of energy. I want you to take note of that. Okay? So, I have here with me example of foods rich in sugar. The first one is desserts. Desserts include your cakes and your pastries. Okay? These food are very rich in sugar. The next one is soft drinks and fruit juices. Okay, as you can see there in the picture, we have there the picture of Coke, iced tea, orange juice, and lemon juice. Okay, so all of these beverages are rich in sugar. The next one, sweets. Okay, sweets include candy bars, chocolate bars, and even donuts. Okay, these foods are also rich in sugar. And lastly, we have here fruits. Now, why do we say that fruits is an example of a food rich in sugar? Fruits is a healthy food, right? Okay, even though fruits are regarded as healthy foods, most of them also contain high amounts of sugar. Okay, so not only cakes and pastries, but fruits also contain high amounts of sugar. Okay? Now the next one, I have here with me example of foods rich in starch. Okay, so we already done giving examples for food rich in sugar. Now we have here example of foods rich in starch. So I have here with me rice. Okay, so rice is a food that is rich in starch. That's why we eat it every day, because it's rich in starch and it gives us enough energy, enough carbohydrates, okay, to last us a day. Okay, and the next one is potatoes. Potato is a vegetable that is also rich with starch. Okay, and the next one, bread. Okay, because bread is made out of wheat, and wheat is a plant rich in starch. And the next one is noodles. Okay, so all of these four are examples of food rich in starch. Very good. Okay, so we have here another one. Okay, we said that there are two types of carbohydrates, sugar and starch. Okay, but we also have fiber. Okay, fiber is a type of carbohydrates that cannot be broken down by the body. Okay, fiber helps prevent constipation. Okay, so fiber is rich in most of our fruits and our vegetables. Okay, so we will give example later. Okay, now let's first discuss what is constipation. Okay, constipation happens when a person passes less than 3 bowel movements a week or has difficult bowel movements. Okay, so in a simpler term, when we say constipation, you have a hard time pooping. For example, in a week, you will only poop for at least once. Okay, you can say that you are constipated. Now, how can we prevent constipation? We will eat fiber rich food. Okay, so I have here with me example of foods rich in fiber. This include fruits and vegetables. Okay, very good. So I have here with me for fruits, we have banana. We have also orange. Okay, but one trivia, did you know that unripe bananas or the green bananas actually have more fiber content than the yellow ones? Okay, so if you feel that you're constipated, I suggest that you eat more green banana than the yellow one. Okay, and for our fruits, we have here carrots and broccoli. Okay, so carrots is a vegetable that has high fiber content, and as well as broccoli. Do you eat these kinds of foods or vegetables? I hope you do. Okay, now let's proceed. We have here note that excess carbohydrates in the body are changed into fats and stored in the body. Okay, so let's say for example you ate a lot of sugars per day, that and you were not able to consume that energy. Okay, so let's say for example I ate half of a cake and I did not do any workouts or exercise for that particular day, meaning that I wasn't able to I wasn't able to utilize that energy from the carbohydrates. That's why all of this will be turned into fats. Okay, so that only goes to show that we should not eat too much carbohydrates because it will turn into fats. Okay, now the second type of nutrients that we are going to learn for today is proteins. Okay, so what is proteins? Do you have any idea? Can you give me example of foods that are rich in protein? Okay, now let's define what is protein. Protein is a substance that is composed of amino acids and is found in many foods, particularly meats. The body needs it for growth, repair, and to build muscles. The body can also use proteins to produce energy when it lacks carbohydrates and fats. Okay, so that is a very long definition. But what I want you to take note about proteins is that a protein is made out of amino acids. Okay, so amino acids is the building blocks of protein. We also have there, body needs it for growth, repair, and to build muscles. Okay, so for you to remember what is protein, it is composed of amino acids and the body needs it for growth, repair, and to build muscles. Okay, so that is the keyword for proteins. Okay, so I have here with me example of foods rich in protein. We have here meats. Okay, so any type of meats are very rich in protein. And the next one is eggs. Okay, so an egg is a food that is also rich in protein. The next one include beans. Okay, so any type of beans are very rich in protein. Okay, and the next one is nuts. Okay, so I have here another trivia. Okay, so a lean chicken breast is actually a meat that has the highest amount of protein. Next to it is a lean pork chop. Okay, so when we say lean, there is no fat. So when there is less fat in a meat, meaning there is more protein. Okay, very good. Take note of that. When there is less fat in a meat, meaning there is more, or the protein content of that meat is higher compared to a meat that has a lot of fat. Okay, very good. I hope you're remembering all of the things that we are discussing for today. Okay, so we are already done discussing carbohydrates. When we say carbohydrates, these are body's main source of energy. And the next one is proteins. Proteins is made out of amino acids, and it is needed by the body to build and repair muscles. Okay, take note of those words. Okay, so now let's proceed to the third type of nutrient. Okay, and that is fats. When we say fats, it is any of numerous compounds of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen that make up most of animal or plant fat, and that are important to nutrition as sources of energy. Okay, so just like carbohydrates, fats are also source of energy in human. Okay, but I want you to take note of these keywords right here. Okay, it says they're animal or plant fat because we have two sources of fats, and that could be from animal and plants. Okay, so we have here examples. So for our foods rich in fats, we have here avocado for plant-based and oil. Okay, so any oil that is made out of plants, just like sunflower, just like peanut oil or vegetable oils, these are example of plant-based fats. Okay, so we have here on the other side, it says they're animal-based. Okay, so we have there an example, butter. Okay, so since butter is made out of cow's milk, which is an animal, butter is considered as an animal-based fat. And we have there the next example, which is cheese. Who loves cheese? Okay, so as we all know, cheeses are made out of milk, and milk is from a cow, and a cow is an animal. Okay, that's why cheeses are also example of animal based fats. Okay, so that is fats right there. Okay, now we have here fun fact. Okay, fats contain 2 times more energy than carbohydrates. Okay, so we said a while ago that carbohydrates are our body's main source of energy. But did you know that fat contains 2 times more energy than carbohydrates? Let's say, for example, you ate 1 serving of cake and you ate 1 serving of butter. 1 cake serving will give you 300 calories, whereas 1 serving of butter will give you 600, because butter is an example of fat, and fat gives off 2 times more energy than carbohydrates. Okay. Okay. And now we are down to the 4th type of nutrient, and that is water. Okay, now let's define what is water. Water is the cheapest and most abundant type of nutrient. Why do we say this one? Because water is literally everywhere and it is readily available whenever you want it, okay? Which makes it, or that makes it, cheap and abundant, okay? And take note that 70% of the human body is made up of water, okay? Now, I have here with me prepared the different functions of water. Have you ever wondered what is the use of water for everyday lives? Why do we have water and why do we drink water? Okay, now here is the explanation. The first one, water is needed to transport nutrients to the different parts of the body. Okay, so water helps other fluids in our body to be transported to the different parts. Water removes waste from the body. How? This is through urination. Okay, so remember when you actually drink a lot of water, okay, you will eventually urinate after some time, and that is your body's one way of removing waste inside. Okay, the next one. Water helps to regulate body temperature through sweating. How? Okay, let's say for example, I went for an exercise. I went jogging. Okay, then after some time, I sweat. Okay, and that sweat is actually one way of removing what? Waste inside your body as well, and at the same time, it helps me cool down. If I don't sweat, I will just feel very hot, okay? So the release of water or sweat, in that case, in my body, is one way of regulating body temperature. And the last one is, water helps to convert food into energy, okay? So water helps carbohydrates and fats and other nutrients to be converted into energy, okay? How much water should we drink every day? Okay, so do you know the answer? The recommended intake is 2 liters or around 6 to 8 glasses per day. Okay, so you should not go lower than this range. You should drink at least 2 liters of water every day. But take note that too much water per day can also lead to water toxicity. Okay, so for example, the recommended amount of water is only 2 liters, but you drink 6 liters of water in this particular day. Okay, that can also be dangerous. Okay, so just drink the right amount of water. Okay, and now we are down to the fifth type of nutrient, and that is vitamins. Okay, now let's define what is vitamin. Vitamin is any of a group of organic compounds which are essential for normal growth and nutrition and are required in small quantities in the diet because they cannot be produced by the body. Okay, so the key term there is essential for normal growth and nutrition and required in small quantities. Okay, so take note of the 5 nutrients we have already discussed. The first one is carbohydrates, that is body's main source of energy. The next one is proteins, that is made out of amino acids and is needed by the body for the build and repair of muscles. The third one is fats. Okay, fat is also a source of energy. Okay, and it is divided into 2 types. Okay, we have the plant-based and the animal-based fat. And the fourth one is water. The water is the cheapest and most abundant type of nutrients. And the fifth one, which is this one, vitamins. Okay, vitamins is essential for normal growth and nutrition and is needed in small amounts. Okay, now let's discuss the 2 types of vitamins. Okay, so we have here the 2 types or 2 classification of vitamins. We have the fat soluble and the water soluble vitamins. Okay, so let's discuss what fat soluble vitamins mean first, okay? So fat-soluble vitamins is a type of vitamins which will not be lost when the food that contain them are cooked. The body does not need these vitamins every day and stores them in the liver and adipose or fat tissue when not used. We have here example includes vitamins A, D, E, and K. Okay, now let's know what are these vitamins, okay? So we have here in the we have here a table that shows the functions and the different sources where we can find this different fat-soluble vitamin. Okay, so we have there vitamin A. What is the function of vitamin A? Vitamin A is good for the eyes, growth, taste, and appetite. Okay, so if you have unclear vision already, you're still young, you need to take in a lot of vitamin A. Where can we find vitamin A? Vitamin A can be found in carrots, cod liver oil, liver, green leafy vegetables, yellow fruits, enriched margarine, milk, and egg yolks. Okay, the next one is vitamin D. Okay, so vitamin D is responsible for strong teeth and bones. Okay, now if you have weak feet and weak bones, you should take in a lot of vitamin D. Now, where can we find vitamin D? Okay, vitamin D is present in cod liver oil, sun exposure, salmon, tuna, herring, and vitamin D fortified products. Okay, and the next one is vitamin E. Okay, what is the function of vitamin E? Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant that serves to clear the body of toxins. Okay, so if you think you have a lot of bad substances in your body, you should take in okay, and the next one is vitamin E. Now, what is the function of vitamin E? Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant that serves to clear the body of toxins. So if you feel like you have a lot of waste in your body and you feel like you're very unhealthy and you want to remove all of those toxins, you should take in vitamin E. And vitamin E is present in foods just like nuts, soybeans, broccoli, vegetable oil, eggs, whole grain products, spinach, and sprouts. Okay, and the next one is vitamin K. Okay, vitamin K assists with blood clotting after injury, wound healing, protects bones from osteoporosis. Okay, so let's say for example you got wounded and that wound takes so much time to heal, meaning you or your body lacks vitamin K. So you need to take in or eat foods that are rich in vitamin K to help your wound heal faster. Okay, and vitamin K is present in foods like milk, cheese, egg yolks, kale, collard greens, all green leafy vegetables, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, broccoli sprouts, and a few of the fruits and liver. Okay, so that is the first type of vitamin, fat-soluble vitamins. Now, in order for you to remember the 4 fat-soluble vitamins, I want you to take note of ADEK. Okay, so as you can see here, ADEK. So when I say ADEK, this includes vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K, and they are all examples of fat-soluble vitamins. Okay, very good. Now we are done discussing this one. The next classification of vitamin is water-soluble vitamins. Okay, these are vitamins that can dissolve in water. That's why it's called water-soluble. Okay, Water-soluble vitamins are carried to the body's tissues but are not stored in the body. They are found in plant and animal foods or dietary supplements and must be taken in daily. So we have here examples of water-soluble vitamins. We have there vitamin B1, B2, B6, B9, B12, C, and H. Okay, so we have 7 vitamins for water-soluble classification. Okay, now let's define them one by one. Okay, same as the other table a while ago. We have here the list of the vitamins, the function, and the food sources. Okay, so the first one is vitamin B1. Okay, vitamin B1 helps the muscles, nervous system, heart, digestive system, and nerve tissues damaged by alcoholism. Okay, so if your father or your uncle drinks a lot of alcohol and you feel like their nerve tissues are already damaged by alcohol, they should take in vitamin B1. Okay, vitamin B1 is present in foods like egg yolk, yeast, cereal, liver, red meat, wheat germ, and nuts. The second vitamin is vitamin B2. Okay, vitamin B2 is for your hair, skin, nails, proper metabolism of fat, protein, and carbohydrates, the eyes, and the sensitive oral areas. Okay, so these are the function of vitamin B2, and you can find vitamin B2 in foods like green leafy vegetables, milk, cheese, yeast, fish, and liver. Okay, very good. Now the third type of water-soluble vitamin is vitamin B6. Okay, so vitamin B6 prevents issues with nerves, skin problems, increases proper absorption of carbohydrates and proteins, and it can be found in foods like chicken, pork, bananas, fish, dry beans, and whole grain. Okay, and the next one is folic acid or vitamin B9. Okay, what is the function of this folic acid? When taken within the first 3 months of pregnancy, it can assist with cleft lip, cleft palate, and spinal bifida. Helps to build healthy and red blood cells. Okay, so folic acids helps to build healthy red blood cells. So if you're having or you have unhealthy red blood cells, you should take in vitamin B9 or folic acid. Okay. It can be found in foods like egg yolks, carrots, yeast, livers, apricot, pumpkin, melon, rye, avocado, beans, whole wheat, green leafy vegetables. Okay, and the next one is vitamin B12. Okay, vitamin B12 is responsible for the formation of red blood cells and nerve tissues. Okay, so vitamin B9 and vitamin B12 are almost the same with the formation of red blood cells. Vitamin B12 can be found in fortified cereals, eggs, milk, cheese, poultry, shellfish, liver, and red meat. Okay, so basically vitamin B12 can be found in protein-rich foods. Okay. The next one, the last two, is vitamin C. Okay. Vitamin C is responsible for wound healing, protection from viral and antibacterial infections, immune system, prevention of scurvy, cell lifespan, and lowering cholesterol. Okay, so if you have hypertension or if you have a weak immune system, you should take in vitamin C. And vitamin C can be found in foods like green leafy vegetables, citrus, fruits, berries, peppers, potatoes, kiwi, cauliflower, and tomatoes. And the last one is vitamin H. Okay, so vitamin H is responsible for strong hair and nails, keeping blood sugar levels stable, and helping metabolism react to changes in the body. And you can find vitamin H in food just like yeast, milk, liver, peanuts, egg yolks, soybeans, and cereals. Okay. So, there you go. There we have it, the different water-soluble vitamins. Okay, so let's have a recap. We have the two classification of vitamins that includes fat-soluble vitamins and water-soluble vitamins. Fat-soluble vitamins includes ADEK, vitamin A, D, E, and K. Whereas water-soluble vitamins include vitamin B1, B2, B6, B9, B12, vitamin C, and vitamin H. Okay, very good. So these are the two classification of vitamins. Okay, again, vitamins are needed or essential for human growth and development. Okay. And now we are down to the sixth nutrient, and that is minerals. Okay, now let's define what is a mineral. A mineral is a chemical element required as an essential nutrient by organisms to perform functions necessary for life. Okay, so just like vitamins, minerals are also needed by the body in order to perform different functions. Okay, now let us learn the different minerals needed by the body. Okay, so I have here with me another table. As you can see, the first column says their minerals, the second one is functions or benefits, and the third one is the different food sources. Okay, so let's have calcium. Calcium builds teeth and bones. Okay, where can we find calcium? Okay, so calcium is rich in foods like milk, cheese, yogurt, and tofu. Okay, so dairy products are rich in calcium minerals. Okay, the next one is phosphorus. Phosphorus, just like calcium, builds teeth and bone. It also helps body get energy from foods. Okay, and phosphorus can be found in foods like milk products, meat, fish, poultry, eggs, and nuts. Okay, so protein-rich food are or contain high amount of phosphorus. Okay, the next one is iron. Okay, iron is responsible for hemoglobin production, a protein found in red blood cells. We can find iron in foods like liver, organ meats, poultry, and oysters. Okay, so these are foods that are rich in iron. The next one is sodium. Okay, sodium contains water balance. Okay, it can be found in foods like salt and fish. Okay, and the next one is potassium. Potassium helps control water balance just like sodium, muscle contractions, and heart rhythm. Okay, it can be found in foods like fruits, vegetables, meat, and fish. The next one is iodine. Iodine regulates energy. It can be found in foods like seafood and iodized salt. Okay, the next one is magnesium. Magnesium helps to maintain normal nerve and muscle function. It can be found in foods like whole grain cereals, nuts, dried peas, and greens. And the last one is copper. It builds body cells, aids digestion, and absorption. It can be found in all liquids like water, coffee, tea, soft drinks, juice, and milk. Okay, so there you have it, the different minerals needed by the body for Okay, so there you have it, the different minerals needed by the body to perform body functions. Okay, now I hope you remembered all of the lessons that we discussed. Okay, I hope you remember the 6 types of nutrients. Okay, so let's have a recap again. The first one is carbohydrates, the body's main source of energy. The next one is proteins, which is made out of amino acids. The next one is water, which is the cheapest and most abundant type of nutrient. The next one is fat, which is also another source of energy. The next one is vitamins. Okay, in vitamins, we have there the 2 classification. We have the fat soluble and the water soluble vitamins. And for the last one, we have the minerals, which just like vitamins is needed by the body to perform life functions. Okay, now I hope you remembered all of this, and if you do, let's proceed to our activity. Okay, now let's practice. Okay, now what I want you to do is grab your yellow book and write there and at the uppermost part section, activity 1. Okay, and write there your name, class number, the date today, and your score. Okay, and number it 1 to 10. Okay, so for this practice, I will give you the questions and we will answer them all together during our Zoom meeting. Okay, so let's start. Are you all ready? Do you already have your yellow books with you? If yes, then let's proceed. Okay, so for numbers 1 to 6, we have here direction, multiple choice. Write the question and the choices. Circle the letter of the best answer. Again, multiple choice. Write the question and the choices and circle the letter of the correct answer. Okay, so you must write the choices as well so we can know. Okay, and I only want to see a circle there. I don't want you to put X or anything. Okay, I only want to see circle. Okay, ready? Okay, so for our first question, blank is a type of nutrient that makes up 70% of the body, and it is also known as the cheapest and most abundant type of nutrient. Again, let me repeat. Blank is a type of nutrient that makes up 70% of the body, and it is also known as the cheapest and most abundant type of nutrient. What is it? Is it letter A, calcium, letter B, proteins, letter C, water, or letter D, fiber? Okay, start writing this on your yellow book and circle the letter of the best answer. Okay, let's proceed with number 2. Blank is a substance that makes up proteins, which is found in many foods, particularly meats. Okay, again, let me repeat. Blank is a substance that makes up proteins, which is found in many foods, particularly meats. This is the building blocks of proteins. What do you call this one? Is it letter A, cells, letter B, fiber, letter C, amino acids, or letter D, acids? Okay, now write your answers on your yellow book. Okay, and the next one is number 3. Blank is a condition when a person passes less than 3 bowel movements a week or has a difficult bowel movements. Okay, so this is a condition or this is a illness. Okay, again, let me repeat the question. Blank is a condition when a person passes less than 3 bowel movements a week or has difficult bowel movements. Is it letter A, dysmenorrhea, letter B, constipation, letter C, LBM, or letter D, stomach cramps? What do you think is the right answer? Okay, now let's proceed with number 4. I hope you can follow. Okay, for number 4, blank is a type of mineral that helps keep our bones strong. Okay, so we discussed the different types of minerals and their function. Okay, so what is the answer? Again, let me repeat the question. Blank is a type of mineral that helps keep our bone strong. Is it letter A, phosphorus? Letter B, iodine? Is that a correct answer? Letter C, calcium? Or letter D, copper? Okay, so right there your answer. Okay? And now for our 5th question. Blank is a vitamins good for the teeth and bones. It can usually be found in fish oils and milk products. Okay, so remember that we've discussed their different vitamins. Okay, we have the fat soluble and the water soluble vitamins. What do you think is the answer in this one? Okay, is it vitamin A, vitamin B12, vitamin K, or vitamin D? Okay, so write your answers on your yellow book. Okay, now let's proceed with number 6. Okay, the question is, blank is a process of providing or obtaining the food necessary for health and growth. Again, blank is the process of providing or obtaining the food necessary for health and growth. What do you think is the answer? Is it letter A, nutrients? Letter B, vitamins? Letter C, minerals? Letter D, nutrition? Okay? Write your answers on your yellow book. Okay, now let's proceed with the next one. Okay, so for numbers 7 to 10, we have their enumeration. Give what is asked. Okay, for number 7 to 8, give 2 functions of water in our body. Okay, so remember we discussed there the different functions of water. Now at least give 2 functions of water. And for number 9 and number 10, give 2 fiber-rich foods. Okay, again, for number 9 and number 10, give 2 fiber-rich food. For example, for our fruits, we have there pineapple or other fruits just like raspberries or bananas. Okay, up to you. Just write there your answer. Okay? Okay, I hope you're already done answering your yellow books. And now, let's go to your homework. Okay, for your homework, I want you to answer your Inside Out workbook, activity 1, pages 1 to 2. Again, for your homework, bring out your Inside Out workbook and go to pages 1 to 2. Answer activity 1 only. Okay? Now, we have here an additional homework. Okay, so this is not totally necessary, but if you have time, watch the link below so you will be able to remember the 6 nutrients and their different functions in a song. Okay, so this is a song. I want you to watch it on YouTube so you will be able to remember the different function of these 6 nutrients that we've discussed. Okay? Now, let's have a recap, okay? So, I have here with me a mind chart, okay? So, our topic is about nutrition, okay? Now, we discussed the 6 type of nutrients. The first one is carbohydrates, okay? And we said that carbohydrates is the body's main source of energy, okay? Carbohydrates have different types. This includes your sugar, starch, and fiber. Okay, the next one is proteins. Okay, proteins is composed of amino acids responsible for growth and repair of muscles. Okay, we have here the different examples of proteins, which includes meats, eggs, beans, and nuts. Okay, now the next one is water. Okay, so the third nutrient is water. Water is defined as the cheapest and most abundant type of nutrient. Okay? Take note of that. The next one is fats. Okay? What do we mean by fats again? Fats is the body's source of energy, just like carbohydrates. But it provides our body 2 times more energy than carbohydrates. Okay. We have the 2 types of fats or the 2 sources of fats, which includes the plant-based, which have an example. So we also discussed the 2 sources of fat, which include the plant-based. An example is an avocado. And the next one is the animal-based. An example is a butter. Okay. Now, the 4th type of nutrient that we discussed is vitamins. Okay. Vitamins is a group of compounds essential for normal growth and the... Okay. Now the fifth type of nutrients that we discuss is vitamins. Okay? Vitamins is a group of compounds essential for normal growth and nutrition. We have 2 classification of vitamins. This include fat-soluble vitamins and water-soluble vitamins. Fat-soluble vitamins includes ADEK, vitamin A, D, E, and K. And water-soluble vitamins includes vitamin B1, B2, B6, B9, B12, C, and H. Okay, so these are the difference between fat-soluble and water-soluble vitamins. And the last nutrient that we discussed is minerals. Okay, minerals are essential nutrients for organisms to perform functions necessary for life. We discussed the different types of nutrients needed by the body to perform functions, and this includes calcium, iron, magnesium, copper, iodine, sodium, phosphorus. Okay, so that is basically everything that we've learned in today's lesson. Okay, so I want you to take note of this mind map so it will help you recall our lesson about nutrition. Okay? So that's all for today. Again, this has been Teacher Layla, your science teacher, and I hope to see you on our next lesson. Don't forget to answer your homework and including your yellow book. I'll see you soon and bye!